Hello dear students. In previous class we learned started to learn the lesson 3 questions. In previous class we learned what are the 3 questions a king had in his mind and what he did for to take answer from others. The wise men were came and they answered differently, but king was not satisfied with that answer and he thought to go to the hermit and take answers from him. He left his bodyguards and went to the hermit hut with the simple dress. The hermit lived in a wood which he never left. He saw no one but simple people, and so the king put on ordinary clothes. Before he reached the hermit's hut, the king left his horse with his bodyguard and went on alone. He went to hermit hut as alone with the simple or ordinary clothes. Not as a king, he went as an ordinary man to the hermit. As the king came near the hermit's hut, he saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. He greeted the king and continued digging. The hermit was old and weak, and as he worked, he breathed heavily. The appearance of the hermit is, as the king came near the hermit's hut, he saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. The hermit was started to dig the earth, dig the land in front of his hut. He greeted. Who greeted? Hermit greeted the king and continued his work digging. The hermit was old and weak. The appearance of the hermit is he was old and weak. And as he worked, he breathed heavily, because it's common when we work hard we are going to breathe heavily with a lengthy breath, no, like that, because he was old and weak. The king went up to the hermit and said, I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you to answer 3 questions. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the people I need most? And what affairs are the most important? He asked the 3 questions simply. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? The first question is what is the right time to begin something, is it not? So he asked like this. He asked 3 questions to the hermit. Here affairs means things, matters and business. What he asked? What affairs, what are the things are the most important to a man, like that he asked. The hermit listened to the king but did not speak. He went on digging. You are tired, said the king. Let me take the spade and work in your place. Spade, it means in Kannada we are going to say that salke. So that is, spade means a weapon which used to dig the land. Thanks, said the hermit, giving the king his spade. Then he sat down on the ground. Who sat? The hermit sat down on the ground after giving that spade to the king, saying thanks to him. When the king had dug 2 beds, he stopped and repeated his questions. The hermit gave no answer but stood up, stretching out his hand for the spade, said, Now you rest and let me work. When the king started to dug the land, dug the beds, 2 beds he dug, and he stopped. The king stopped the working and repeated his question. Why? Because why? He want answer for his questions. So he repeated the questions to hermit. The hermit gave no answer. hermit gave no answer, but stood up. He stood up and stretching out his hand for the spade. He borrowed the spade from the king. And here beds means small patches of ground for plant. Gundi ಹೊಡೆಯೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ in Kannada. Gundi, what we call gundi. So to plant a saplings, so saplings. So that is. But the king did not give him the spade and continued to dig. The king not gave the spade to old man. He continued to dig the land. 1 hour passed. Then another. The sun went down behind the trees. It means what? After 1 hour, the sun went down behind the trees. It means the sun started to set. It was evening. And at least the king stuck the spade into the ground and said, I came to you, wise man, for an answer to my questions. If you can give me no answer, tell me so, and I will return home. He got anger. He got not satisfied with the behavior of hermit, and he stuck the spade into the ground and asked, I came to you, wise man, for an answer to my questions. If you can give me no answer, tell me so, and I will return home. At the time, here comes someone running, said the hermit. Hermit saw a person was running towards them. So he said, here comes someone running, like that. The king turned around and saw a bearded man running towards them. Bearded man means a man who have beards on his face, and his hands were pressed against the stomach, from which blood was flowing. When he reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. Fainted means lost consciousness. He lost his consciousness. The king turned around. He looked around and he saw a bearded man. A man who have beard on his face. He running towards them. His hands were pressed against his stomach. He held his stomach with his hands, from which blood was flowing. The blood was flowing from his stomach, from which blood was flowing. When he reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. He lost his the bearded man lost his consciousness and fell to the ground in front of king and hermit. The king and the hermit removed the man's clothing and found a large wound in his stomach. The king washed and covered it with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. The king redressed the wound until at least the bleeding stopped. What the king did is that he removed the man's clothing. He removed his shirt and found a large wound in his stomach. He found a large wound. Gaya, what we call wound means Gaya. The king washed and covered it with his handkerchief. The king used to wash the wound of the bearded man with water, and he tied a handkerchief, covered that wound, but the blood would not stop flowing. Blood was used to continue flowing when he dressed that, and king redressed the wound until at last the bleeding stopped. Redressed means dressed again. He bandaged again that wound. At last the bleeding stopped. The man felt better and asked for something to drink. The bearded man, the wounded man, felt better. Okay, now it's not I feel better and I want to something to drink. The king brought fresh water and gave it to him. By this time the sun had set and the air was cool. It means the night begins. The king, with the hermit's help, carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed. The man closed his eyes and lay quiet. The king, tired by his walk and the work he had done, lay down on the floor and slept through the night. When he was awoke, it was several minutes before he could remember where he was or who the strange bearded man laying on the bed was. It means what? The man felt better and asked something to drink. He asked something to drink, water or other things. The king brought fresh water to give it to him. By this time, the sun had set and the air was cool. It means the night was begin. The king, with the hermit's help, king took hermit's help and carried that wounded man. They took that wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed because he was wounded, he was tired. So they gave him a bed and they laid him on the bed. The man closed his eyes and lay quiet. Lay means sleep, quiet. He slept quietly. The king, tired by his walk. King was also tired because he came by walk to the hermit hut and the work he had done, he digged the land, no, so he was also tired and lay down on the floor and slept through the night. When because he was also tired, so he slept quickly throughout the night. When he awoke means get wake up, like that. Awoke is the awake, past tense of awake. He awoke. It was several minutes before he could remember, because he remembered that he thought about that who is the bearded man, where he was, or who the strange bearded man laying on the bed was. So he thought, who is the bearded man, why he came like that, and he started to think about that. Forgive me, said the bearded man in a weak voice. Forgive me. When he saw that the king was awake, that wounded man asked sorry to the king. Why? Okay, let us see why he asked sorry to the king. When he saw the king was awake, I don't know you, and have nothing to forgive you for, said the king. I don't know who are you. Why I have to forgive you? I don't know what happening here. He asked. You do not know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours who swore revenge on you. The bearded man is the enemy of the king. So he used to swore revenge on the king. Yeah, he said that I am the enemy of yours who swore revenge on you because you put my brother. Why? Because king put the wounded man's brother to death and seized his properties. Because he had revenge on the king, he used to swore the revenge against the king. So I knew you and had gone alone to see that hermit, and I made up my mind to kill you on your way home, but the day passed and you did not return. So I left my hiding place and I came upon your bodyguards. Because he waited, hermit, the bearded man waited some time, but it was night was begin, so he did not return again, no. So he came from his hidden place and he caught by the bodyguard of the king, who recognized me and wounded me. They recognized me as I am your enemy and they wounded me with their weapons. I escaped from him, but I should have died if you had not dressed my wound. If you are not helped me, I have to be die. So like that, he said, I wished to kill you and you have saved my life. The bearded man wished to kill king, but the king saved the bearded man's life. Now if I leave, I will serve you as your most faithful servant, and will order my sons to do the same. Forgive me. Because wounded man asking sorry to the king, he was made up his mind to kill the king, but he caught by the bodyguards of the king and they wounded the bearded man. But the king himself saved his enemy, so he will be a faithful man. Faithful means loyal and true. Faithful, nambikasta, what we call in Kannada. He will be a faithful man, faithful servant to the king, and also he will order his sons to be like that to you as a faithful servants. Please forgive me, the bearded man asking. The king was very happy to have made peace with his enemy so easily. He got very happy because he made a peace with his enemy very easily, because to make peace he have to fight with other enemies with war and other things. But here the enemy became a friend very easily to the king, so he was very happy about that. And to have won him over as a friend, and also he won as his friend, they became friend. He not only forgave him but said he would send his servants and his own doctor to look after him, and he promised to give back the man his property. So king was very happy. He not only he forgave him, not only that only, he also said that I will send you my servants, and I will order my doctors to look after your wounds and health. And he promised, king promised to bearded man that I will give back your property, what he seized, such things. Leaving the wounded man, the king went out of the hut and looked round for hermit. Leaving the wounded man, he leaved wounded man, and the king went out of the hut and looked round for the hermit, because he want answer for his questions. So he looked up for the hermit. Before going away, he wished once more to get answer to his question. He started to go to his kingdom, but he wished again to get know the answer for his questions. The hermit was on his knees sowing seeds in the beds, and had been dug the day before. The hermit was used to sowing the seeds in front of the bed, what they were dug before the day. The king went up to the hermit and said, for the last time, I beg you to answer my questions, wise man. Please answer my questions. I beg you. I came here to get answer for my questions, no? So please give me the answer for my questions. I beg you, like that. Yeah, king asked to hermit. Hermit says, you have already been answered, said the hermit, still bending down to the ground and looking up at the king as he stood before him. What the hermit said? You have already been answered. You got answer for your questions already, like that. How I been answered? What do you mean? The king asked. I may got answer for my question. How? What are you telling? What do you mean, like that? Do you not see? Replied the hermit. Didn't you observe that? Like that. If you had not pitied my weakness yesterday and had not dug these beds for me, you would have gone away. Because you helped me. You recognized my weakness and you helped me. That's why you stayed here. This is the right time to do something. There is no, you didn't think about may I do or not, because you recognized my weakness and you started to work. That is the right time to begin something. Every time is the right time to begin something. There is no time to do good works, like that. Then that man would have attacked you, and you would have wished you had stayed with me, because you are not staying with me yesterday. If you are not staying with me yesterday, that man may attack you, because you stayed here. That's why you escaped from attack of the enemy. So the most important time was when you were digging the beds. It means what? The most important time is when you are digging the beds. When you started, you used to work here, that's why you got late to get back to your home. That's why that is the most important time to you. If you went back, you will be attacked by your enemy, like that. And I was the most important man, and to do me good was your most important business, because you gave priority to me, and I am the most important man you yesterday, because you gave me priority, you spent your time for me, no? So that's why I am the most important person for you. And to do me good was what you did to helped me, no? That was the most important business for you yesterday. Like, that is the most important business. Afterwards, when the man run to us, the most important time was when you were caring for him. That is the most important time. If you are not cared him, that will be a waste time for you as a king, because if you had not dressed his wounds, he would have died without having made peace with you. If you are not made your mind to dress his wounds, he might die without making peace with you, no? So that is the most important time. So he was the most important man to make that peace. That person is the most important man for you. So he was the most important man, and what you did for him was the most important business. You helped him, so that is the most important business for a man. He have to help who are in the trouble. That is the most important business for every man. Remember, then there is only one time that is most important, and that is now. Now is the most important time. It is the most important time because it is the only time we have any power to act. Now only, the present, prastuta, what we call, this is the right time to begin something. In Kannada there is one saying that is ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಮಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೌ, ಈಗ, right now is the right time to begin something, and we have any power to act. We can do anything, we can act anything how we can, like that. The most necessary person is the person you are with at the particular moment. The most person, who is the most person in your life is who is with you at a particular moment. uh, he is the most important person. For no one knows what will happen in the future, and whether we will meet anyone else. The most important business is to do that person good. We don't know will we meet again or not. So we have to do good when we meet once, one person or anybody. So that is the most important business for a person, for a man. The most important business is to do good, that the person good, because we were sent into this world for that purpose alone. So to do good we came here. Now is the right time to begin something. The person who are with us, he is the most important person for us, and the work doing good is the most important business for a man. These three are the answer for your question. Like this, the hermit explained. This lesson was written by Leo Tolstoy. So I think, dear students, you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any doubts, please add in the comment box. Thank you.